Mark off for Team Pacemaker here. This is part 4 of build a bitza out of boxes of bits and ride to Belgium and back. If you want a more in-depth explanation, you probably need to watch the previous 3 episodes. But this episode is basically the ride of redemption, where I actually do get to ride to Belgium, because if you've watched the previous 3 episodes, you'll know that it all went a bit tits up last year, and I never made it to Belgium, or never made it out of England, never even made it out of the workshop. So, yeah, this episode is the ride of redemption a year later. And you join me about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. It's early anyway. Sort of halfway to Dover. And I chose to go the scenic route, despite the fact that it's actually pitch black. And I know what you're thinking, you fucking idiot. But no, there's method in my madness, because this is a cast iron 225 and we've only done about 20 miles on it, and it really does need running in first. So I think A and B roads for the first couple of 100 miles at least, to be on the safe side. But having said that, it's been pretty uneventful so far. The only thing that's actually happened is I lost my bell mouth down some country road and had to hunt around by iPhone light to find it. But yeah, so I think we actually might make our ferry this year. That is, if you stop chitter-chattering and let me get on with it. Only 15 miles to go now, but I had to stop and get some fuel. Really, I wasn't sure how much I had left, because I'm not sure how much this actually uses, but to be honest, it's pretty blooming good on fuel, surprisingly. Yeah, and also surprisingly, nothing has come loose or fallen off yet. I just had a quick look around her. And even more surprising than that is I think we're actually going to be on time, or even, dare I say, early. Fuck it, I think I just jinxed it, didn't I? But yeah, going well. Right, we're in Calais, just about to get onto the mind-numbingly boring E30, and I'll probably skip some of this filming because there's nothing to see here. There really isn't. It's as flat as my singing. I mean, I would have taken the more scenic A roads, but it's already midday, so I haven't really got a lot of time to sightsee. And if I want to get to the heart of Belgium at a reasonable time, I think I'm going to have to take this boring motorway. So I think I'm just going to poodle on down. I'm just going to poodle on down the east coast on the E30 into Belgium. But I always stop in Dunkirk for fuel, and I was just thinking on the ferry, I've never actually, all the times I've been to France, I've never actually been to a French beach or a seaside, and I always stop in Dunkirk for fuel. And I've no idea what a French beach even looks like. So I was thinking, I might, when I get some fuel, I might just have a little investigation, see if I can find the beach. And yeah, maybe a little look around, a quick look around. And after that, if we get into Belgium, I think I'm going to drop into Bruges, just have do a little bit of sightseeing on the way. And I think that's all we've got time for, really. Because it's probably going to be about tea/beer time by the time I reach the rally after that. So, but that is my plan for today anyway. Dunkirk, and I don't know if any of you have ever been to Dunkirk. It's on that classic south coast going into Belgium and Germany, etc. So I'm sure a lot of you have been. But what a nightmare it is to negotiate this town. The one-way systems,
the traffic, the lack of fuel stations, and they're like hidden on industrial estates and stuff. It's just the fucking, I don't know who designed this place, but yeah. And to top it all, my clutch has started to play up again. I adjusted it before we got on the ferry, and it's been absolutely fine, but it's just started dragging while I pull away again. So I think I'm just going to stop, just give it a little bit of adjustment. Jesus.
That's better.
Oh, there it is.
Well, there it is, a French beach. So that's that ticked off my bucket list.
It's quite a nice area down by the beach here, actually. That last clutch adjustment hasn't really done a lot, and the clutch feels decidedly weird is the only way I can describe it. I think because I've had no play on the cable, I think I've worn the clutch nipple down, or the cam that depresses the centre plate, because I've got full swing on the lever, but the clutch isn't really depressing fully. So, and it's getting worse. It's difficult to, I mean, you have to be here. It's difficult to explain. If you felt it, you'd know what I mean. It's just, it works, but it doesn't. Sort of have to do the classic push away with your foot like a kid's scooter at the lights. I was just riding down the E30, minding my own business on the way to Bruges, zoned out, when
Yo! Fancy meeting you here. Yeah, that was a bit weird.
It was Wonderland and I went, oh no, is that a scooter? I could tell by this wonky rucksack and
Yeah.
green head. No, it's not me, it's not me. What is it? Yeah, I can see it's green flash on it.
Yeah.
How is it?
Fucking, it's been great. What is?
Your bag is only just holding on.
What, there?
The bag.
Oh yeah, no, I caught it on my jeans and ripped it off. It's fine. It'll be fine.
bastard clutch.
Just chilling out, having a coffee and a Belgian waffle in Belgium, like the Belgians do. Just waiting for Ricky and Sarah, but Sarah's just messaged me and apparently she's hold a piston on the E40 overtaking a car. And as I said to her, that's really inconsiderate. How am I supposed to get 1 million subscribers if you're going to do that sort of thing off camera? Selfish. I'm only joking. I think they've got it in hand. They've got a spare piston, and Ricky's changing it on the hard shoulder on the E40. So, my plan was always to go to Bruges, which is just down the road, and I can't go back 10 miles on the E40. So, I think I'm just going to carry on going to Bruges, and hopefully I'll catch them up, or they'll catch me up before we get to the rally. Having said that though, the rally's only 50 miles away, so possibly I'll just meet them there. Who knows? Meanwhile, someone else in our group wasn't having too much luck either. Connor, who had left before all of us, had managed to snap his chain. And I've no idea how, but it's Connor, so, you know. However, he did manage to get relayed home at a reasonable time, jump on his P2, and he actually got to Waasland by Friday night, much to my surprise. And it's just as well he didn't persevere with the TS1, because a couple of days later when he got home and changed the chain, the engine suffered a catastrophic failure, taking out the crank, top end, casings, the lot. Yeah, but anyway, this isn't about him, this is about me. Right, I've got to dump this here for two reasons. One, I don't think you can actually ride up there. I think that's just a cycle lane. I don't think you can actually. Oh no, there's a car going up there now. Bugger. Anyway, okay, I'm going to dump this here for one reason and one reason only. The clutch is absolutely, well, it's practically impossible to ride through this traffic, through these little alleyways, and in front of thousands of people as well, stalling it all over the place. So I'm just going to dump this here, and then I'll do some sightseeing on foot. And this, ladies and gentlemen, or lads and lasses, is the main square in Bruges. Don't have smell of horse shit though, I have to say. And here's that really famous place in Bruges that I don't know the name of because I haven't done my research. And there's a boat. And that concludes Team Pacemaker's review of Bruges. Would come back. And that's when I got stopped in the street by this guy asking me if I had a Lambretta YouTube channel. Turns out his name's Brendan and he's got an LI Series 3. I think that's what... Oh, it might have been an SX. Oops, I forgot. Yeah, nice to meet you, Brendan. And that's as random as anything to get stopped in the street in the middle of Bruges. But I guess when you're a world-famous pop star like myself, you've got to expect these things, eh?
Better than a sound of a two-stroke exhaust reverberating off buildings as you go through a town. don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Don't stop me now, I'm having such a bad time. Don't stop. Oh man, this is a nightmare. Right, we're out of the town and in the sticks now. This place looks like England. It's just like England. It's even got the Frisian cows. If it wasn't for the architecture, you would think you were in England. Anyway, yeah, what a fucking nightmare that was, going through Bruges with no clutch. Well, it's got a clutch. I can change up and down gear, I just cannot pull away on it. So through heavy traffic, that was both a nightmare and embarrassing in equal measure. But anyway, we're out of town now. It's about 40 miles to the rally, so we'll get to the rally, we'll get drunk, and then we'll worry about that tomorrow. When are you going to get your head around this fucking clutch, Nobby? What's going on anyway?
We stopped for him and he's told us piston.
Oh.
So we've ran down to see if he's already there because he's in his bag. But it's a Quattrini clip, so he's never going to get a piston.
Oh, fuck me, yeah. What, hold?
Well, he thinks it is, yeah.
There's a lot of it going about.
It's in the air.
I know, literally. We're all right.
Yeah,
So,
it's pretty fine.
yeah.
I'm thirsty now, obviously.
Yeah.
Here he is.
Hiya.
You're the only success story so far.
I know, I wouldn't say that.
This is not in your keeping.
My clutch is gone.
Yeah, but that's not good video material.
So the first thing we did was obviously put our tents up and go and get some beer. We let Sarah lead, and after about, I don't know, 20 minutes, I was thinking, this is a fucking long way to the offie. Anyway, it turns out she'd taken us into a different country, namely Holland, to get the beer.
There goes the boat up, because I done it when I was younger. Fucking hell, I remember staying up all night, putting my scooter together. Didn't get as far as here.
Do you know what they call the quarter pounder with cheese in Belgium? Because they've got the metric system. Yep, that's right. Peppery Paul. You can also buy a beer for breakfast in McDonald's in Belgium. You can see my surprise at that in this photo.
So many times.
first fuel stop, and it's not just a fuel stop. I had to pull over to gather my thoughts because, trust me, Brom, they need some gathering this morning. So I've been here for a while. So far she's been pretty flawless, apart from the flaws, obviously, which is the main flaw is the clutch isn't working, but you don't really need one of those on the motorway anyway, do you? I might even make, I might even make my ferry, which would be like, that would be making, that would be making 2 ferry times in the same, that would be making 2 ferries on time in the same rally, which is like unheard of for me. That's if you don't start distracting me again. So yeah, I guess I better, I haven't filmed any of this so far, so I guess I better put the camera on now and get going, really.
daydreaming. You got to face reality. Ooh, yeah, yeah. La, 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 la. Hey. Almighty one, you know this. Yes, Almighty Father, you know this. We come a long way, but a long way to go. Yes, we come a long way, but a long way to go. Still have the fussing and fighting, the cheating and backbiting, haters and pretenders. Racism still alive.
Right, back on the back in the USSR. Why is it every time I go to speak in this thing, someone walks past? Yeah, I'm back in the not the USSR. I'm back in the UK, and I just went on reserve coming out of the ferry port. So I've got to fill up with fuel. Oh, yeah, super bad helmet hair, by the way. So I apologise. But that was really relatively pain-free scootering. I only filled up the fuel once, so I'd obviously got a full tank on my left, filled up once, got into Calais, no problem at all. I think it only took about 4, maybe 5 hours. Yeah, and nothing to report at all. So yeah, I really need something to go wrong now, otherwise this is going to be a really boring part of the video home. But Connor's turning up in a minute, so then yeah, something's bound to go wrong. So yeah, I'll just wait here for 10 minutes to see if Connor turns up, because he obviously came on the shuttle, and I boated it. And yeah, last push home. Right, I'm not waiting for Connor now because apparently he's gone a different way, so... Right, I made it round to Clackett Lane Services on the infamous M25. Obviously, that running in period is that ship has sailed, so straight down the motorway, well, motorways all the way from where have I come from, Dover, back to my house. And as you can tell by the wobbly camera, it's got effing cold all of a sudden, so I'm going to whack some, put a hoodie and my waterproofs on. And I don't think I'm going to stop again. I think full tank will get me home for now. And for reference, this is Reading at 1:30 in the morning on Sunday after Reading Festival. Like bloody rush hour. But my question is, who leaves a festival after the last band on a Sunday night and drives home? Who does that? Right, we got home okay. Home okay? Home okay. Yeah, the Flying Plum did me proud in the end. But it's about 1:30 and I better not wake up the neighbours with my YouTube nonsense. So maybe we'll do a little autopsy in the morning. Right, lads.
And lasses!
Jesus. All right. And lasses. Okay, now. That was yesterday. Today's the day after yesterday. And so, yeah, obviously you saw last night I got back without any troubles whatsoever. And then usually the next day I'll come in and do this bit and I'll do a post-rally autopsy. But there's actually nothing to autopsy because nothing went wrong at all. Well, obviously the clutch was an issue, but and I'll after I finish this bit, we'll actually delve into it and take the chain case off and see. I'm sure it's something really stupidly simple, but we'll dig into that and in a minute and see if we can fix that. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, absolutely, there's nothing to say. It was. I'm still shocked about how well this whole build went together, because anyone who's ever built a bitza before will know what a nightmare it is to put together. But I guess I did use all the well, most of the body panels are actually, although they might be from Italy, Spain or India, they were actually all factory parts, so they were original parts. So remarkably, they're all fitted together really well. So yeah, not bad for something I knocked up out of spare parts out of the workshop, if I may say so myself. And a successful road trip to boot, whatever that means. So yeah, I mean, that's the end of the series really. Thank you to everyone that did the old super thanks and the buy me a coffees. That really does help. Go straight into the Team Pacemaker beer account. Bank account. No, really, that does help. Because obviously I lose money on doing these, so that really does help going towards the next build. So yeah, there is plenty coming up. I'm going to do that chopper to full frame series that I told you about ages ago, and we've got the cheapest Lambretta on marketplace. Can I get it to run and ride it 2,000 miles through 5 different countries next year? And yeah, that's it really. I'll just take this back into the workshop and we'll whip that chain case off and see what's up with the clutch, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Right, let's have a little look inside her. Oh no, shit, sorry, that's recycled jokes from the last series, isn't it? Sorry, I've got a bit of PTSD from that journey. Same thing, isn't it? While I'm here though, I'd just like to address what people thought was a continuity error. And in the last episode, I pointed out I had the exhaust powder coated, and I showed that the powder coat had all burnt off on the U-bend. Then all of a sudden, instead of being like a burnt mess, it was yellow again, and people pointed that out. And I've never ever seen this happen to powder coat before, and I deal with powder coat quite a lot. But it was powder coated like hard, normal powder coat. Then it burnt off, and then bizarrely, with heat, it's actually turned back into powder again. Weird. I've never ever seen that before. When I'm under it, it's still lovely and dry, isn't it? Surprisingly. But let's get into it and see what we can see. See what we can see, and see what's wrong with this clutch. Right, so that is what's left of the clutch nipple. Hang on, I've got some spare ones down there. Because I always like to have a little stash of nipples. Because like my old dad used to say, you can never have too many nipples. Which in hindsight's a really weird thing to say. Yeah, that definitely is. Anyway, that is what it's supposed to look like. And that's what it does look like. And also, the cam on this clutch lever arm is absolutely trashed. So you can imagine what it was like trying to ride this thing. The clutch just wasn't doing clutch things, basically. But yeah, although that's the consequences of me having the cable too tight, because the clutch wasn't depressing properly. I just kept tightening up the cable, trying to make it depress properly. And there was no free play on the cable, and that is the consequences of having no free play on your clutch cable. So don't do what I do, kids. So although that is the consequences of having no free play on your clutch cable, we've got to investigate why the clutch wasn't fully depressing. I think you can see that I've bent the bottom tabs up there when I rebuilt the engine just to make it fully depressed. But let's just take this clutch apart and see if we can see why it wasn't. Hang on, I can't do this one-handed. So basically, the problem was that the clutch wasn't depressing enough. It didn't have enough room when it was fully engaged for the clutch plates to release. They were still tight and the clutch was still binding. But the Spider seems to have, it seems to be going down far enough. The springs were MB springs, which I'm like 90% sure don't get coil bound. And the top plate is the thinner one. So I don't know. I'm thinking, because this is like a mismatch of parts, and I don't know the origin of this rear sprocket. It's almost like it wasn't machined deep enough, because I had to bend up the tabs on the bottom plate so that I could get a bit more room for it to move down. So I don't know, there's something mismatchy here, but I think my solution, the only solution to this might be to get some of the thinner metal plates. The like 5-plate metal plates are a lot thinner than these standard 4-plate plates. So I might try and get some of those thinner 5-plate ones and try that. That should be enough, because it's literally, you know, sort of half a mil or mil play I need, because it's almost there, just not quite. So I think with a little bit of fettling maybe in this basket, trying to cut these a bit deeper, and some thinner clutch steels, I think that'll suss it. But I haven't got any thinner steels on me, and I also haven't got any gearbox oil, which, you know, I'm going to have to change, because it's obviously full of iron filings from that disintegrating nipple. So for the purposes of releasing this video in time, I think I'm just going to leave it there, and you're just going to have to trust me that I solved this problem. Like I said, it's not a major issue. I literally like half a mil play on that clutch, and it'll work properly. And replacing those bits that I've worn out as well. So yeah, I guess that is really the end of this video, and I'll see you next year.
I'm sick of your ginger nonsense.
He gave